Hey there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So today we're talking Love and Marriage Huntsville. Y'all know why y'all here. Today we are talking... the political people are calling me, you guys. Sorry about that. Anything I say in this video is alleged in my personal opinion. These are my thoughts, my views, all of the things. So apparently earlier today, Sunny was on fellow YouTuber and content creator KNUCK's page, and apparently came up to her panel and wanted to, you know, say a few things and whatnot. Some things that she said were the following. Was that she's not really that experienced in relationships. I think she said this was her second relationship or something. So that kind of, it explains certain things and kind of puts some things into perspective into how she just knew and romanticized this Moses thing was going to be the love of your life. Because, like, if you don't have that type of experience and you think like your first boyfriend, your first whoever is going to be the person you spend the rest of your life with, and then if something goes catastrophically wrong, you know, and you're not equipped to, you know, bounce back and understand and everything at that point in time, it makes sense just getting, you know, overly attached, overly clingy, just certain things that you would, as you have more experience in dating and relationships and that sort of thing, you would be more hip on game, basically. You'd be put on game on how to move forward, right? Also, she said that she did not know the terms of Moses's original parole and what the stipulations and things were. And I'm a little bit confused about that. So I don't understand if he told you that he was on parole and that there was a chance that he could go back to jail if he violates his parole. Why nobody sat down and said, hey, let's get with your parole officer. Let's review these stipulations to make sure we're not in violation, to make sure we're not going to go film a reality show in another state that is a violation. That we're not going to open up any accounts or use anything that is going to be a violation. Can you make it make sense? I don't understand. I mean, isn't that the first thing? If somebody tells you you're on parole, you would want to find out, okay, what can you do and what can't you do? So, because you would want to make sure they don't violate the parole. I don't get it, you guys. I don't. But nonetheless, that's what she said. Also said that, I wanted to clarify, I guess, this Liberic thing regarding, because it was said on live that she ran into Liberic or was at his restaurant or something, and she said that at some point, when her and Moses were in Huntsville, he saw and recognized Liberic at some restaurant that they were at and said, oh, there goes old dude, because... obviously Destiny was continuing to text him and send him pictures and whatnot, and he recognized Liberic's face. Also, Sunny said that, Moses didn't like being on live. So here's the thing, right? I don't know what privileges Moses may or may not have in jail right now, but it was not a good idea to have him on there, right? So I think what Sunny was trying to do was Sunny saw the backlash from her earlier lives, cussing people out, all of these things, and people wanting updates on Moses, when I said originally all you had to say was either I can't speak about it at this time or that he's in jail, and all of this went away, right? But now, because obviously everything's out there now that he's in jail, he's going to be in jail for 11 months and all the things, now all of a sudden she wants to prove to the people, like, this my husband, this my man is calling and blah, 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 blah. But no, it's not the flex that you think it is, though. We know that you and Moses are married. We know that y'all are together. We know Moses is in jail and has limited things that he can do. And limited times that he can contact you. But it just sounds like, again, you're not thinking about what potential consequences this is. What are the terms of, his current stay right now in jail? What type of jail is it? Is it, minimal security, maximum security? Like, is he in a hold? Does he only get 1 hour a day of reprieve? Like, what are the rules? Because if it gets back somehow that he is on YouTube, that he is on a live, that you can hear his audio or whatever, and he's not supposed to be talking, the alleged phone privileges can be completely revoked. And have his phone confiscated if he's not supposed to be having a phone snuck in or whatever. Or if he's only supposed to be communicating at certain points in time that's regulated, and this tomfoolery with trying to prove to the people, your man's on the phone. We know where he is, Sunny. You don't, and this is what I mean. I think, for you, the goal of the live should have been, hey, I am going to address issues X, Y, and Z, right? I'm going to tell my side of the story regarding X, Y, and Z. But I think when you get caught up in trying to prove to people different things and try to answer for certain different things and trying to over-explain things, then that's when things start to get a little dicey. Right? And then that's when people are going to poke and people are going to prod and people are going to try to, dig and dig and dig and dig and dig, right? So, I would just say, moving forward, we don't need to hear Moses on the live. Moving forward, it would be really important for you to know, what he can and can't do right now as far as communication. Most importantly, what his privileges are, what his, talking privileges and all these things are, to make sure that there's nothing that can be tacked on to his current 11-month sentence. You don't want him to, be in jail longer. But these are things that you have to think about, right? These are things that you have to think about when you are going into a situation and you are knowingly wanting to be involved with somebody who has a criminal past and who currently is in jail. There's just things that if you're going to be about that life, you also need to educate yourself on what is and what isn't, right? So that was that. Then she went on about Destiny or whatever, talking about how she knew Moses was married. But I thought we knew that already, right? That she knew that Moses was unavailable when she first started sleeping with him and that she didn't care. That's what Moses said, right? Then Sunny said that at some point in time, I don't know if this is going to be on the show or not. Sunny said, though, this did not occur at the girls' trip. This was not during the reunion. So again, don't know when this happened, but apparently Destiny was, trying to, put the knuck if you buck on Sunny. And wanted to try, was attempting to or tried to fight her or whatever, you guys. But for me, it's just not that serious. And I don't know, again, if Destiny was trying to do this for the show or if she was just trying to do this because, filming isn't going the way that she wanted it to go or the fan reaction isn't going the way she wanted it to go. I don't know the full context. Like, that was just kind of all that I got out of it. But nonetheless, this show, it just, I don't know what happens, you guys. I feel like this show, it can just bring out the worst in people. It just brings out so much ugliness. And Destiny was not this 20 on 10 like this her first go around on the show, which is part of the reason she was dragged in the first place, because she was giving absolutely nothing. But it just seems this go around from like what Sunny has exposed of, you know, Destiny basically being, you know, this is all per Sunny, that Destiny essentially has been two-faced, has been obsessed with Mel, has been obsessed with trying to spill whatever lies was regurgitated to her from Martel, and had been trying to assist Martel and trying to turn the cast against Mel and all of these things, but none of it was ever substantiated. And then once the camera started rolling, like we saw on the cringeworthy, you know, scenes from the girls' trip, it was, you know, Destiny trying to be all up in Mel's mix, and wanting to be next to Mel, and trying to be close to her, and trying to, you know, apologize, knowing daggone well she was going to go right back to Huntsville and bash her. Go right back to Huntsville and continuing to hang out with Martel and the mistress. But thinking, oh, if you film with Mel, if you make good with Mel, that's gonna be a good look for you, because Mel's the star of the show. So that's gonna be a good look for you if you guys can repair things. No. Not if it's phony. Not if it's fake news. Not if you're just gonna turn around and act, you know, the complete opposite off camera. No. So I don't understand. Now, I know some people may not know why Sunny is doing all of this, why Sunny, you know, is doing all these responses, but people fail to realize, starting with the Dear Future Wifey podcast, that, you know, it was Destiny that brought all of this to our attention, you guys. It was Destiny that brought this whole Sunny and Moses thing to us. We didn't ask for it, right? So she's been the main one driving this story. And so by the time, you know, Sunny found out she was going to be on the show, by the time, you know, Sunny finally filmed scenes with Destiny, this is already after like 3 or 4 podcast interviews have come out, in which Destiny's saying, this is my friend, she betrayed me, and da-da-da-da-da, right? But meanwhile, what Sunny was saying was like, hey, I contacted you multiple times. I tried calling you, I tried texting you, you ignore me, but yet it's okay for you to go on the podcast and air me out. So that was, you know, kind of why, you know, Sunny has been responding. But it's just interesting because it's like, Sunny responds, and then if the response isn't what people want it to be, then all of a sudden they want to try to like cause ruckus, right? Or run and tell the principal that Sunny is trying to expose them so that Sunny could be shut down. And it's like, well, how is it fair for you to get the ball rolling on all this stuff, on all this tea, and Sunny can't respond? And Sunny can't, you know, say anything. Listen, nobody's defending this situation at all, right? It's wrong on all levels, right? But nonetheless, it's just interesting. People now all of a sudden, you know, feel a certain way. And, you know, where were you when Destiny was doing all of these interviews? Where were you when Destiny was, you know, making all these allegations and all of these things, and y'all were eating it, you know, some people were eating it up, right? Some people, you know, were buying into it, right? But I think for Sunny, you know, hopefully at this point moving forward, if she's just going to review the show, she does that. And then, like she said, whenever the show ends, whenever the reunion concludes, she can then just let out whatever, you know, wasn't released and keep it moving. But she does not want to get herself into another situation where she's going to have to keep trying to come up and try to defend herself, or keep trying to come up and over-explain things, because then it's just, people are going to continue to poke, right? And you can't force people to like you. You can't force people to, you know, want to support you and all these things. Either people are going to like you or they're not. Either people are going to believe you or they're not. But nonetheless, you know, you had that nearly 4-hour live. You had a lot of views. You had a lot of people tune in. Let's celebrate that, right? Let's celebrate that. And then leave something for the people to want more. Leave something for the people, you know, as the show continues, right? As these episodes play out. Don't feel like you have to keep going to platform or getting on live every time somebody says something that you don't like, or they didn't like your live, or they didn't feel X, Y, and Z about your live, or they called you a liar, because you're just going to continue to get into a back and forth. And it's going to eventually take you back to that space that you were in when you were upset the first time and cussing people out. And if you are actually pregnant, you don't need all of this stress on the baby. You don't. You want to be as far away from the stress, as far away from reality TV, so that you can have a stress-free pregnancy. You're already dealing with enough with Moses in jail. But don't feel like you have to prove something to people on the internet. Because certain people didn't like your live, or didn't like what you wanted to, or like certain things you said, or wanted you to clarify certain things. No. You're not going to please everybody. It's not going to happen. Either they're going to take your live for what it was, or, you know, or they're not going to receive it, right? Or they're going to be Team Destiny, or they're going to think you're a liar, or they're going to believe you, or they're not going to believe you. But, you know, nonetheless, you had that live. People are going to react to it, right? Some people are, you know, trying to, you know, spin it a different way and get attention and get clout and all those things to try to discredit and all those things. And we will wait and see, because Destiny does her little Monday specials, you know, on Monday. So we'll see whether or not she addresses this or not and go from there. So there is that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.